Today, we're going to cover the history of Manchester United women. There were some unofficial teams around the 1970s to 2001. Ratified in 1921, the ban by the Football Association prohibiting women's football from being played at any of its clubs was formally lifted in 1971. An unofficial team called the United Ladies of Manchester was formed in the late 1970s by a group of Stretford Enders. They trained at the club's training ground, The Cliff, and arranged matches against other clubs' unofficial women's teams. Manchester United Supporters Club Ladies began operation in the late 1970s and was unofficially recognized as the club's senior women's team. In their earliest form, they were a charity team that played fundraising matches and played its first game in October 1977. In 1979, the team joined the Three Counties League under the auspices of the Women's Football Association and started playing competitively. With the league covering a large area, United's committee campaigned for a local league, and in 1982, the Women's FA approved the creation of the Manchester and District League, of which Manchester United Supporters Club Ladies was a founding member and won the first 3 seasons. In 1989, the combined Manchester and Merseyside League, North West Women's League, and the Three Counties League merged to form the North West Women's Regional Football League. The league was spread across 4 divisions and included 42 teams. At the same time, the team approached Manchester United FC for support and more formal backing. The club agreed, and the team was allowed to use the name Manchester United Ladies FC. Matches were advertised in the club's programme, and the team was allowed to train at the Cliff. The team became increasingly competitive. In 2001, the team formed an official partnership with Manchester United. However, the club began to stagnate with a string of successive mid-table finishes in the 3rd division. The team were disbanded 4 years later. 2005, shortly after Malcolm Glazer's completed takeover with the new regime, deeming the women's team to not be part of the core business and unprofitable. A media spokesperson for Manchester United also claimed the club wanted to focus on its women's academy instead of its senior team. A decade later, in March 2018, Manchester United announced their intentions to reintroduce a women's football team. Manchester United Women Football Club were founded on the 28th of May 2018, following the club's successful application to join the newly formed 2018-2019 FA Women's Championship. It marked the club's return to women's football after a 13-year absence, though the club's academy continued via the Manchester United Foundation, with the likes of Izzy Christensen and Katie Zellem being produced by United's Centre of Excellency Academy. Casey Stoney was appointed as the club's first head coach on the 8th of June, with their inaugural 21-player squad announced just over a month later. The team's first game back was on the 19th of August 2018, where they won 1-0 in an away game against Liverpool in the FA Women's League Cup, with Lizzie Arnott scoring their first competitive goal in 13 years. 3 weeks later, their opening championship encounter ended in a 12-0 victory away to Aston Villa. On the 17th of April 2019, United scored promotion to the FA Women's Super League following a 5-0 win against the same opposition. They clinched the FA Women's Championship title 3 days later following a 7-0 win at home to Crystal Palace. In May 2019, Manchester United were named FA Women's Championship Club of the Year at the 2019 FA Women's Football Awards. The 2019-20 season was the team's maiden FA WSL campaign. The season opener was a Manchester derby held at the City of Manchester Stadium. Manchester City won the match 1-0 in front of a then league record attendance of 31,213. United's first top-flight campaign was ended prematurely after the season was curtailed by the COVID-19 pandemic, with the team awarded 4th place on points per game basis. The last game was a 3-2 victory over Everton on the 23rd of February 2020, with Leah Galton scoring twice and Ella Toone scoring once for Manchester United in the first game played played at Everton's new Walton Hall Park Stadium. In the FA Cup, Manchester United lost 3-2 to Manchester City in the fourth round, the first time they had lost in the first knockout round of a competition. However, they repeated their best League Cup finish by reaching the semi-finals for the second consecutive year, losing 1-0 to eventual cup winners Chelsea. Manchester United women played their first game at Old Trafford against West Ham United during the men's March 2021 international break. Manchester United won the game 2-0. On the 12th of May 2021, Manchester United announced that Casey Stoney would stand down from her role as head coach at the end of the season. On the 29th of July 2021, Mark Skinner was announced as the new head coach on a 2-year contract with an option for a further year. Skinner confirmed a 12-month extension option was triggered, keeping him at the club until 2024. United play their games at the Lee Sports Village, with Moss Rose, home of Altrincham, used as a backup venue.